konting delay. In-unmute mo na. Hold on.
That's okay.
Konting delay. Maybe you can just sing a song. There we go!
Yay! Welcome to the show. You are now watching Real Talk with Popsicle Games. I'm Christine.
I am James.
And I'm Jed. Hello.
Yes, and if you're going to notice, we have a new streaming setup today.
Yes, I am James.
Thanks to James and Jed here. We were busy earlier setting up the whole place, from the tables to the lights.
Check out our
Almost everything.
Check out our light stand. Super DIY.
Yeah, it's over on our Instagram.com/popsiclegames. You'll see over there how it looks like. Anyway, for today's episode, we are going to you'll see over there how it looks. A timely topic. Anyway,
Very tiny.
Why?
What is it today? I think today.
What happened today?
Today is the date when a certain game will be.
What happened today?
Let's just say Tekken 7 is out
Yeah.
today.
Tekken 7 is out. Within a few minutes, I think it's just came out now.
Really?
It came out earlier in the PC, 6 a.m. Our time.
Okay.
And for the consoles, it comes out right now.
Yeah, right now. So let's
While
stop this
you're-
and let's start there.
While you're downloading or
Comes out
setting up your PlayStation, you can listen to us.
Yes.
Our talk today, which is about
We're talking about fighting games, how the genre persisted over time. Because fighting games started, I think, in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. And still, we're still seeing a lot of games. Fighting games are still in the same genre, and they're doing quite well. And still, we're still seeing a lot of games. Like Tekken 7, are still in the same genre, like Tekken 7.
People are
And they're
falling
doing
in
quite
line.
well.
Falling in line for
Still, we're still seeing.
So while you're falling in line,
yeah, while you're falling in line and you're watching us.
yeah, watch us and join our discussion on what we are going to talk about today, which is that's it. How fighting games persisted over time and how it's still, I mean,
Still
up
being
until today.
Yeah, still successful, still a viable thing
Yep.
to make,
Yep.
to develop today.
Definitely. So yeah, let's get on with the questions. And my favorite question is always, let's establish our age.
Okay.
What is your first fighting game memory?
Okay. Who starts with this?
Maybe the youngest should start.
Yeah, the youngest.
The youngest should start.
Oh no.
What
Okay.
is your first fighting game memory?
I think it was around to early 2000s when my brother when my brother and I started playing in the PlayStation 1.
Okay. Which game?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a Street Fighter available in PlayStation?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that's it. Sorry.
The Alpha
Probably
series.
Alpha.
Yeah, probably Alpha. the one
Hazy
of the-
memories and
Okay.
childhood. Yeah, and aside from Street Fighter, when I was a child, I keep on going to our neighbor to play his PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so in there we play Tekken.
Yeah.
Which Tekken? PlayStation
yeah, on
2.
PlayStation
So
2.
most probably Tekken 3, 4, something like that.
Yeah, I
Tekken,
think
Tekken
so.
Tag,
Yeah.
Tekken 4,
I wasn't like a super Tekken fan.
Yeah, same
back
here.
then. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and aside from that, I remember this game. It includes they're like animals fighting, and I searched for it earlier. I researched for it. It's called Bloody Roar.
Bloody
Oh
Roar.
Yeah.
I think we talked about
we
this a bit
In the previous episodes, yeah.
Bloody Roar.
So I searched for it, and yeah, I've confirmed that it's Bloody Roar.
Bloody
So
Roar.
Okay.
I'd like to say a shout out to my neighbor. Hey Alexei, if you're watching, thank you very
So
much for
that's-
letting me play
that's your neighbor.
PlayStation 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when we were
Cool.
child.
Cool.
When we were children back.
So Bloody Roar, Tekken, and Street Fighter Alpha. Oh, not bad. My first memories were Street Fighter 2.
of course.
The very first Street Fighter 2. Was it the World Warriors?
Yes, the World Warrior.
The World Warriors.
Eight
and
characters.
8 characters.
Which console is it?
No, on the arcade.
Yeah, the
On
arcade.
the arcade. On the
okay.
arcade. Because at that time, when Street Fighter came out, it was super hot in the arcades during the early
Right.
90s.
So Street Fighter is originally an arcade.
It was an arcade game. Yes.
right.
There's actually that's why it's called Street Fighter 2 because before that there was an original game called
There
Street
was
Fighter.
a Street Fighter.
Yeah. And from the
The more you know.
yes, then whatever they did with or whatever mistakes they've done for the first game, they improved Street Fighter. That's why it was a super big hit during our time.
Yeah, probably one of the best sequels.
Yeah,
ever
actually, yeah.
in gaming.
And I didn't even know that. Like, I never like took the time to wonder before when I was young that okay, why is it called Street Fighter 2?
Yeah, same here. I never knew that there was a Street Fighter. I just accepted that okay, it's Street Fighter 2.
Yeah,
because they
and-
wanted to call it Street Fighter.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so good. I didn't care. I played it in the arcades, kept on losing. And then around that time, the Super Famicom was released, and the first game I bought was Street Fighter 2. The only game I had at that time for like 6 months. I just kept on playing Street Fighter 2 on the
You
Super NES.
never got tired of
No, it was my favorite game.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
For years.
first game on Super NES, on the Super Famicom. It's the only game I played, and then until I bought other games.
So Street Fighter was your first.
Yeah, it was my
Fighting
first.
game.
Yes, yes.
That was a surprise.
That was
No,
me being
not really.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
And for you,
I
Jet,
think if we're talking like fighting games, recognizable fighting games
Yeah.
today, I think it would also be Street
Street
Fighter
Fighter.
2. Yeah, because we had some games that were like it
okay.
back during the Famicom days. Like you remember
ER,
Kung Fu,
yes, yes.
and Karate Champ.
What is
Those
Karate
games.
Champ?
It's like,
Are these
you guys
all
are in
arcade
a-
games?
I think they were arcade
yeah,
games
maybe
that
they
got
were.
ported to the Famicom.
Ear Kung Fu was
Ear
definitely
Kung
an
Fu.
arcade.
Yeah, okay.
And then ported to the Super NES.
Yeah.
I mean to the Family Computer.
But yeah, you're right. I never really played any fighting game seriously before I got into Street Fighter 2, and that was during the Super Famicom days. I got into it. Well, never really got into it when it was in the arcade. I watched a lot of matches though, and I was still young. Yeah, I would hang out in the arcade and watch the big boys play.
Definitely, it was super like intimidating.
Yeah, I only had so much money
Uh-huh.
to spend, and I didn't want to walk up to these guys.
Yeah,
and
yeah. I knew
insert
that.
my tokens, and I'd just go play Space Harrier or something.
I know that feeling. I know that.
Yeah, and I got beaten by some guile. When I tried playing, I was small enough that I had to stand on a stool to play.
Uh-huh.
And no, wait. I was Guile, and the guy was playing Blanca.
Blanca.
Yeah. He beat me for round 1, and he threw the second round.
For you.
Yeah, he let go of the
For mercy.
controls.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's some
and then
disrespecting.
disrespect. Beat me again in round 3, and I never played in the arcade again. Never.
Never.
Street Fighter
Wow.
2,
So because of that moment, you stopped playing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whoever that fucker is,
Thank you.
we'll take him back. We'll challenge you.
Explicit content.
Whoever
for
you are. So we got some guys watching. And,
Okay,
people
okay.
are saying their first fighting games were Michael Alejandro on Facebook. Tekken 2. Okay.
Wow,
Tekken
Tekken 2.
That was on the PS1, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I have Tekken 2. I never mastered Tekken 2. So I suck. So on Tekken 7, we have it actually. And that's what we're gonna do for the next couple of weeks. Learn Tekken 7.
Just play Tekken 7.
Diego Perez, I think that's your neighbor? No?
that's my friend,
Your
yeah.
friend. He
He's
said it's
saying
Tekken 3 and Marvel
Marvel
vs.
vs.
Capcom.
Capcom.
Okay.
Yeah.
The versus games. Okay.
And I
And-
think we also have some comments on Twitch.
Yeah, we've got I Love Minecraft Story Mode. Nice name.
I love Minecraft story mode.
And
Yes.
his first fighting game was Mortal Kombat Armageddon. That was like
I'm
the
not sure.
fourth.
Armageddon.
That was the one on PS2 where
PS2.
everyone dies. Wasn't that
Wow.
Wow.
the one? Yeah, there was a game where
fitting
everyone.
title.
Yeah, Armageddon.
Wow.
That was the
Armageddon.
one before the reboot thing. Yeah.
Okay. So before Mortal Kombat.
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not very clear on that.
Alright, so yeah, guys, if you want to share your first fighting game with us, kindly type it on the chat,
Yeah.
on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube Live, wherever you're watching.
Yes.
Alright, so we've established our age, definitely. I mean, yeah, that's the old joke. We are the oldies and
Millennial.
Millennials. We are also millennials.
Yeah, we're considered millennial, but I do want to be.
We were born in the 80s.
I do not want to be clubbed up with that.
Millennials.
You don't want to be associated to.
Yeah. So all right. So let's get into the topic. Let's break down the appeal of fighting games. What makes it so great? Is it the characters, the controls, the simplicity in game design?
The easy way to answer that would be it's a combination of all of that.
All of that.
I think a big part of it is the accessibility of fighting games. In most fighting games, you can just pick up a controller and mash the buttons and cool stuff would happen.
Yes.
You have all sorts of animations and the good ones. There's a good sense of impact when you hit your opponent.
Yep.
And it's very fun, even if you don't really know what you're doing. You're like the dog doing chemistry guy. And it's like that adage of easy to learn.
Yeah. Easy to learn, hard to master.
Yeah, hard to master.
Yeah, and
So, right, we're talking about what makes fighting games so appealing.
yeah.
Well, for me, I think it's the simplicity of how you. I mean, the gameplay. I mean, it's so simple how. Like, it just you don't need a lot of complicated instructions to play a fighting game. It's presented to you, and then. I mean, it's easy to figure out.
Yeah, I guess there aren't really any complex rules to learn, and you can tell what's going on just by looking at the scene.
Yeah,
It's two people beating each other up.
Yeah, whatever button inputs you do, there's like feedback. You either punch or kick.
Yeah, also the immediate feedback.
Yeah.
In modern fighting games, you can easily tell who's losing.
Yeah,
see the life
exactly.
meters.
What do I like about what makes it so great? I think for me, mostly it's the characters.
Yeah, the characters are also a big
they
draw.
reflect a lot on the game. Like I don't know. Like say, let's go back to Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
Like, I always pick Ken.
Ken.
He's like
Yeah,
he's so
I know.
cool, and he's in his gi. So it's like definitely a martial artist that came from the 80s, with his hair.
Yeah, the
shit.
80s hair.
And throwing fireballs. So for me, that was like quite appealing. And yeah, and his movesets, and I guess the animations, they were very flashy at that time. Definitely the characters make it for me. And as the newer games come out, the weirder the characters there are in the fighting games, make it more interesting for me.
Yeah, very weird. Very
Yeah.
weird.
Can you name some examples of weird characters?
Who's weird?
That guy from Street Fighter 3.
Everyone's weird.
Everyone's
Street Fighter
weird.
3,
The guy with the mask.
Guy with
The one with the fedora hat. I forget his name.
Q?
Q, yes.
Yeah,
Q. Yeah, he's
Q is weird.
the white looking guy.
Yeah, I think that's 12.
12. See, that's weird
12
names.
is weird.
Weird names.
How about on Tekken?
Tekken, because
Yeah,
I
you
was
have
okay.
Devils,
Yeah, you have the devil, Jin, devil,
angels,
whatever.
bears,
The Kuma, yes.
Yakuma,
Yeah.
and Panda,
Kangaroos,
the
yeah.
Raptor,
It's quite interesting that
Mokujin.
the game developers don't take themselves uber seriously. So, and they try to put like fun
Yeah,
characters in it.
look at Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, definitely Mortal Kombat.
It's
You've
like
got-
the very definition of B movie.
yeah, Shao Kahn with his like skull mask. and
Yeah,
everything.
skull mask.
And yeah, it's
The ninjas.
the ninjas.
Yeah, ninja.
And yeah, what also you guys said, like the controls and the kind of gameplay, that it's easy to play but very hard, easy to pick up but hard to master. I further appreciated that early this year when we tried to learn how to be competitive in Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, we started playing
Because-
Street Fighter semi-seriously.
Semi-seriously.
Yeah.
Still Bronze League over here. So I tried to go into Super Bronze, but I keep on going down to Bronze. But anyways, that's beside the point. But yeah, because of learning on how to play competitively, I've like gotten or like have further appreciation on fighting games in fighting games. That it's not just about mashing buttons. It's not about who's faster or whatever. It's learning. Yeah, there's so many nuances. Learning your opponent, knowing what he will be doing, how to punish.
That's another layer to that.
Yeah.
The competitive aspect of fighting games, which is always something you think about when someone mentions fighting games. You don't play fighting games to play by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
in a room.
that's true.
Just, you're playing against someone else because it's really no fun if you're gonna play against the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's also one of the points of, selling points of a fighting game. You get to play with other people.
The social aspect.
That makes it exciting. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's fun. It's fun to try to figure out how they play, how they react, and you get to see how different people are when you play against them. Like, this guy likes to do this, and this guy likes to do this, so I can get away with my bullshit with this guy, but not with this other guy.
One of the cases being observant towards the opponent.
Yeah, it's a nice exercise. You could play without, trying to read your opponent.
Yeah.
It's not as fun, and you'll probably lose more often. So it's a nice mental exercise while you're playing, trying to figure out what the other guy is thinking, and it's an endless loop of maybe he's trying to figure out what I'm thinking about what I'm thinking, what he's thinking, and it goes on and on and on. It's very fun.
Yeah. The mind games, trying to adapt, all of these. Well, I now understand the certain. I mean, like how people would appreciate it, but I'm quite sure that it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
but
no game is.
Yeah.
But if you're into that, mind games, being competitive, fighting games, super good. So we got a viewer from Twitch, Hammer Tank. Says hello and good morning. How are you guys? How are you?
Good morning.
Yeah.
How are
Thanks
you?
for watching. We're talking about fighting games. And if you just joined us, let us know what's your first fighting
Thank you
game.
very much, Dio Brando19, for helping us explain. We also have on Facebook Rafael Valencia. He's saying Tekken 3 is his first game for
Tekken 3.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And he's also saying try playing Persona 4 Arena.
I think Jed
yes.
dabbled.
So is that also a fighting game?
It's a fighting game.
Cool.
It's a very anime fighting game. If you guys know what Persona 4 looks like.
Yes.
So it looks exactly like that, but they're beating the crap out of each other.
Maybe we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we can talk about that. It's a fun game.
So why do you guys think fighting games are very timeless? Or the genre is very, very timeless?
Timeless. You can argue that I guess a lot of genres are timeless in the sense that RPGs have persisted from the 80s until today. Shooters have persisted. But I think what's different about fighting games is how little they've changed.
Yeah.
Since they've been established. Like Street Fighter 2 came out early 90s, I think, 1991. 1991, 1992.
The arcade one.
And you can like trace a clear path of lineage from that game all the way to Tekken 7, which just came out today.
You're right.
You
Just
have
a few
your
minutes
timer,
ago.
You have your life meter, you have two people facing off doing this. Nothing much has changed, actually. And yeah, you're right. What is it that makes it so?
I think it's the foundations of the game design. Like, basically, you just fight, and then whoever comes out, or whoever has the more life, or whoever gets or beats the other guy first wins.
Yeah, I think it's that idea by itself works.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to grasp. Like, even if you've never played a video game before, obviously you've seen a fight scene in a movie or a TV show, and it basically works the same way.
Yeah.
It amuses you.
And then, as fighting games grow older, you just add a little more complexity. There's always the special moves.
As it matured,
Yeah.
they added some things.
The Street Fighter 2, I think, introduced the super meter first.
Yeah, that was in Super Turbo.
Super Turbo, and then from there it kept on getting more complicated. Like 3 layers of bars.
Yeah, Alpha came out. They introduced the three the thing, and we started getting like block meters. You can guard break.
Oh yeah.
Guard break. So if you
yeah.
block too much, you can get the guard break. Well, dizzying has been there.
Dizzying.
They added a meter for that as well.
So it's quite interesting how, if you guys followed the old fighting game to now, it's quite interesting to see how the newer fighting games are becoming more streamlined or more simple. Not simple, but
so
more.
We started really simple, and then it got pretty complex, and then now it's going back, it's getting streamlined.
Yeah, and the veterans of the fighting games, or these fighting games, especially the pros who play competitively, are somewhat being very.
So this is the thing about the big
skill gap.
Yeah, there's a video about that.
We talked about it. It's like, there's a video in YouTube that talks about the skill gap of Street Fighter 5, how it simplifies everything, especially. Well, the one main example he gave was the chaining of the combos. It became like simpler to do, so anyone can do a combo.
Very much more forgiving. You can like just mash the buttons and the links would come out. Yeah, because before it used to be very there was a very specific timing to it, like 1 or 2 frames in a 60 frame per second game. But if you can't do that very exact timing, you can't really do any effective combos. And they fixed that in a way where it's easy to just mash buttons.
But I mean, that video. Sorry, we're going off topic. But that video is just like, it shows just one small aspect of the game. It did not like address the whole issue. Like, well, not an issue, but the whole benefit that it gave to the Street Fighter 5 release. That newer players. It's more accessible to newer players.
Yeah, I think they made the compromise to make it more welcoming, or that's the word, accessible to newcomers, instead of making it even more hardcore, which I guess the pro gamer crowd would appreciate, but certainly we would shy away from.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I recently saw a pie chart, like a 2016 report on what game genres are popularly played, and dominantly are the shooters, the first person shooters, and the MOBAs. And then you get like a 5% cut for fighting games.
Only 5%. People are playing fighting
That's
games.
statistics for this year?
For last year.
For last year.
2016.
Is this for all games?
For the US.
Games across the world? Is it console games?
Yes. So
Wow.
Including PC games?
I'll have to double check.
I guess for first person shooters,
Maybe.
people play Counter-Strike.
Maybe.
Okay.
I wonder if the stats will go up because of the Tekken 7 release.
You've got 3 good fighting games out now. Street Fighter 5, which came out first. Injustice 2, which came out pretty recently.
Injustice 2.
And Tekken 7, that just came out today.
Yeah, Injustice 2 has huge mass appeal.
Yeah.
With very recognizable characters, and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, they have.
The movie!
They actually have an
Sorry,
event right now in Injustice 2. I haven't done it yet. That you can collect gear for Wonder Woman.
From the movie?
Same in the movie.
So it's tied up in the movie.
Okay, they did that.
Yeah, they tied
The
it.
promotion.
But yeah, so Hammer Tank over at Twitch says, I see now it's hard for a fighting game to shine. Only the old ones are the ones who will continue the series. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about. That the layer of complexity before of fighting games were like super complex, and now it's a good thing that the newer ones.
That's why it's a balancing act. They have to keep it open for people who are just getting into the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what Tekken is doing about that. But from what I've seen, Tekken has always been a game that is very friendly to button mashing. You can just mash and have some fun with your friends.
That's true.
Although, of course, when you fight against someone who knows what they're doing,
It's
totally
different.
fuck. But it's good that you can get results that you will be happy with, even without studying the game for 2 hours a day.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like super satisfying.
Yeah.
Same could be said with Injustice and Injustice 2. The system is meant to be. Yeah, I mean, you dial a combo, you like push a couple of combinations, and you get like a good string for the combo. And it looks flashy, looks fun. And yeah, I don't mind it. It's like a totally different system from Street Fighter, which doesn't really necessarily promote super long combos and juggling.
Right.
But they're two different games, so it's not a. I don't like to compare both of them.
That's right.
That's right.
And I enjoy both of them. So Tekken 7 remains to be seen. I hope
We'll see.
I pre-ordered it and all that.
seriously played the Tekken game.
So Hammer Tank said Tekken is hard because it's the only game that doesn't use the 2D fighting system. Yeah, it's
That's right.
unique in its own way. There were a lot of 3D fighters during the PlayStation 1 era.
Yeah, so many 3D fighters.
Yeah.
Even that Dragon Ball looking one. Did you play that one?
Yeah.
Tobal.
Yes, I think I did. Tobal.
Yeah, play that.
Was that one with weapons and stuff?
I'm not sure, but I remember that game.
Yeah. And Capcom even tried to get into the 3D fighting.
They had EX,
EX.
Street Fighter, which played exactly like Street
Fighter, which is
with
weird.
3D. Yeah,
In Rival Schools was
that's
considered?
right. Yeah, Rival Schools
Rival
also
Schools.
played like Street Fighter
Yeah.
in 3D. I wish it would come back.
Yeah, the characters were great in Rival Schools. But yeah, we're going off topic again.
Yeah.
So NSA Surveillance is joining us again. Hello.
Hey,
Any new games in development? Okay, so if we want to talk about our games, we're coming up with an update of Mighty Alpha Droid soon-ish. Hopefully by next week, we'll get an update out. It's really good. We've tried, well, not to be biased, but I think it's really good.
Yeah, same here.
We added a lot of UI stuff, a lot of new animations, and some stuff that we fixed from our feedback from
yeah, we looked
the
at the
show
usability of the game and improved the general experience.
Yes.
So don't forget the update here, over
there,
here.
yes.
Mighty Alpha Droid.
That's
there,
it. I can see it up there.
Hammer Tank. I think Soul Calibur lost the fight against Tekken, even though it was a fun series.
Yeah, I liked Soul Calibur.
Yeah, Soul Calibur's fun. I remember playing Soul Calibur, and my dude was the Elvis looking guy with the nunchucks.
Yeah, Maxi.
Maxi.
Yeah, Maxi.
I love it.
Yeah, 2 and 3 were the best.
2 and 3.
Yeah, I love those games.
And I say Surveillance. It's not available on iOS. Not yet. Soonish.
Yeah,
we're
coming
launching.
soon.
We're
It's coming
launching soon.
Working on it.
Hopefully, I don't want to commit, but hopefully by this month. And that's not saying much because the June just started.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but it's coming.
Sometime this month.
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Going back. So I have something to add to the question. Why do you think fighting games are very timeless?
Okay.
I think it's really because of the simplicity of the game. How you can get it with just one glance what to do, and also how it's not very complicated. Like both players start off equals, and then there are no items. There are no only just special moves, and yeah, that's it. You're equal when the game starts, and when it resets to another round. Both of your HPs are again full, and it's not imbalanced. You get what I say?
Yeah, it's nice. It's quick. It's satisfying. Well, except for the loser, but yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. And more games should be like that.
Yeah, it's a very pure expression
No bias.
of competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Go at it. Here you go.
Exactly.
It's really amazing how pro players can turn the tables.
Yeah.
against each other.
The upsets. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
I mean, being as
It's amazing.
a spectator esport, it's always fun to watch fight like the pros go at it, and it's nice to see if like how they try to reverse the situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
cool.
And the nice thing about fighting games also, if you lose, you blame yourself. You cannot blame like your team.
Oh yeah. There's no salt
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
the team.
You can just only blame yourself.
Yeah, because it's you. You screwed up.
Or the controller.
No, you can't blame the controller.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's if you're not a sport.
Yeah,
You can blame the controller.
sure. It's like the carpenter blaming the hammer.
Yeah.
Not hitting the
And
nail.
eventually you're gonna have to get it. You go back to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was me. It was me all
Yeah,
along.
because you were the one holding the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so how do you think, guys? How did the fighting how has the fighting game genre influence other games?
Yeah, since we were talking about the esports and Persona for Arena.
And,
Yeah, I
and
think-
vice versa.
I mean, popular games do some like spin-offs of their original ones into
Like Persona.
Yeah, like Persona.
You're right.
Yeah, that's
Let's
a good
make a
example.
fighting game like the Final Fantasy thing.
Oh,
What was that?
which-
Yeah, there was a Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
with
fighting
the
game.
Final Fantasy characters
Xors or whatever.
Flying around,
Yeah,
slicing each other with the big swords. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. Sorry. And let's see what else. I think some mechanics have made it to other games. Like I'm not sure where combo counting started, but
Okay.
one of the earliest instances where I saw games start counting your combos, but it was in Super Street Fighter.
Okay.
Oh, it's a 3-hit combo, you got a 4-hit combo. And sometimes in other games, you see that seeping in. Like, as long as you're doing well, as long as you're playing flawlessly, you're being rewarded. Even in something like Rock Band.
Oh yeah, you're right. I play a lot of Rock Band now. It's definitely the rewards for keeping the combo up is definitely there. And especially getting the score high because of the combo.
Yeah. When you
yeah.
drop it, oh sorry, you have to
Yeah,
start over
you
again.
have to start
And I
over.
think maybe some of it came
Sure,
from
sure.
fighting games. The idea of that.
I always like to say that the Souls game have like a fighting game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Souls?
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's easily you can see that the influences from fighting games were
with
there.
the boss battles.
The boss
Yeah.
battles.
You know what?
the-
Not even just the boss battles. When you're fighting, when you're just exploring the world, most of the fights are still one-on-one fights. You can like fight against 3 guys at the same time, but
Yes.
you'll probably die.
Mm.
So the idea usually is to put yourself in a position where you're always only fighting one-on-one against one monster, against another monster. And the way that the system works is also very similar to fighting games. Like when you attack, there's a wind up,
Yep.
and then there's the part where you hit, and then there's a recovery.
Yeah.
So very similar to fighting
Yeah,
games.
definitely.
Yeah. So when the bad guy winds up and you see that, you can choose to hit him with a faster attack, like how you would jab in a
Jab.
fighting game and do a thrust. Or when you block a hit and they have the recovery animation still going on, you can hit them as
Hit
well.
them.
Yeah, startup frames, active frames, recovery frames.
FGC lingo. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. So it's nice that fighting games were able to influence other kinds of games. I mean, like the Souls game, like the combat super good because of all those principles. And Hammer Tank says that some games add fighting games into their games, like Sleeping Dog. Sleeping Dog.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's a good example.
Sleeping Dog.
The combos and the combat.
Yeah, the countering.
The countering,
Yeah, the combos.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Batman Arkham series, in a way.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
Same.
Same.
And it goes very deep, like a fighting game. You wouldn't think so when you first see how it plays. But
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
also combo counting. You have to mix up your attacks.
Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta
Around
mix,
there, do the claw.
do the claw,
Do the jump over
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, positioning also.
Yeah, positioning.
You're right. Oh, that's
I
a
think
good
you can also add to that statement Pokemon.
Pokemon.
The when the pocket monsters fight.
How they fight.
how they fight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's turn based like
Yeah,
an RPG.
It's just turn based.
But yeah, you do have different special moves.
Yeah, and
So,
knowing the
fighting game
weaknesses and stuff.
It's super effective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super effective.
It's not very effective,
Not
but it
very
kills
effective.
the
But yeah,
opponents.
because you're over leveled. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, how about vice versa? How did other games inspire
Let's see.
fighting game
Examples.
genres? Okay, I can give a good example.
Okay.
Okay.
Injustice 2.
Alright.
It's I love what they did with the character customization. It's like an RPG basically.
Oh yeah, the loot.
The loot, the
thing
loot
is
box,
like Diablo.
Yeah, and then you can like dress up your character, and some of the equipment gives you better stats. Some game modes can also. I mean, it works on some game modes, but online when you fight online, ranked especially, they disable the stats. Just to be clear about it.
Yeah. No,
But I like that touch. If it's Injustice 2 doesn't force you to be super competitive. I mean, if you're not into the FGC scene, you can play single player, and it's totally fine. And you have you have a lot of content to play with. And that loot collection is one of them. There's also even sets that gives you bonuses. Set items. If you complete a set, you get like stat bonuses and all.
Diablo.
Yeah, it's like Diablo but for fighting games.
Cool, nice. Alright.
And then the story mode, like it's like watching a movie, basically. I wouldn't expect like a fighting game would have like super deep story mode. I mean, like a super good story.
It's becoming the norm.
The norm, yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I think ever since they did it with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
one of those
the
games.
reboots.
Yeah, the reboot,
Yeah.
and then suddenly we need to have a story mode. And even Street Fighter did it.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
very
Why
fun,
Street
very
Fighter 2
campy.
doesn't have a story mode?
No, it's just an arcade mode, so you get snippets of a story, and sometimes they don't really mesh
That's right.
together.
They
Yeah.
try to connect everyone
Yeah, it's
inside all the characters in the
it's very
fighting game.
weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Tekken in that department. We will find out.
Yeah.
As far as genres go, you also get like RPG stuff seeping in. Well, that's one thing,
Yeah,
like the
the
Diablo
loot stuff,
the
yeah.
Diablo loot thing, leveling up. I haven't tried the Skullgirls.
You can
game.
Oh yeah, Skullgirls MOBA is actually a super good example of melding RPG and fighting games together. The RPG aspect of it is like you level up your character, and there's like certain stats that you can level up, like attack or the total life of your character. Pretty interesting for a MOBA.
Yeah, leveling up your skills.
Yeah.
There was also I forgot which Soul Calibur it was. I think it was Soul Calibur 3 with Chronicles of the Sword. They had an RPG system there. You could create your own character, choose a character class, choose a weapon, and they get stats. And every time you win a battle, your stats would go up. And there's like a big strategy layer. You have a map, and you move your units around. And every battle is like a one-on-one Soul Calibur fight. So
Yeah.
they took something outside and stuck it in there.
Yeah. So definitely good thing for the fighting games that they're not like before. That, Okay, fighting games you have arcade mode, which like what you said, that you go through all the fighters and then you get
make your way to the really cheap boss.
Yeah,
where you
and-
spend like 10 times the amount you've spent so far. To beat.
And then they try to change it up a bit, like in Street Fighter 2 you hit the barrels falling down. Remember that?
Oh yeah, the bonus stage.
The bonus stage or
Stuff.
destroy the
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
In Mortal Kombat it was test your might.
Test your might. Yes.
But now it's nice that it's getting much love, much deeper. I mean, much more content in single player, and of course on online. Now that you have the internet, you can do it online. You get ranks and all that stuff. So it's kind of cool. What else? So how have fighting games changed in the past 30 years? What? 30 years
30
already?
years?
Street Fighter is 30 years.
1987.
Was Street Fighter the very first fighting game ever released?
No. There were
not.
others.
ER Kung Fu was
E
there.
and
ER Kung Fu?
ER Kung Fu.
So that's older than Street Fighter.
Yes.
Yeah. And you will know just by looking at
Looking
it.
at it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Street Fighter 2 like
That's like the first
modern fighting
Yeah.
game that like really set the foundations for other fighting games.
Yes, yes, and you
It
can
did.
tell by how many copycats it spawned. You had like your Art of Fighting and
Art of Fighting!
your Fatal
Oh.
Fury, and your
we're not super fans of the SNK fighters. Huh?
yeah
Here.
KOF. I like KOF.
Okay.
What's
King of
KOF?
Fighters.
King of
That's
Fighters.
They got all of their fighting games and just
Yeah.
mashed them all together into one big.
The only SNK
Yeah, I
game
like that.
I liked was Street Fighter versus SNK 2.
Okay, so it's still Street Fighter.
Yeah, but it's still Street Fighter. But
Capcom versus SNK.
Capcom versus SNK.
Yeah, we
Sorry,
played that
yeah.
game to death.
Yeah, when we were like what? College?
Yeah, college. I
Early
think.
2000s.
Yeah.
We
Before
tried
2004.
to be competitive by just spamming the fierce punch
Yeah.
and kick.
Yeah. We had no idea what anti-airs was. Anyway.
Whatever. Yeah.
The science of fighting games.
Yes.
Science of
Fighting
fighting games. And you had your World Heroes.
World Heroes with
And,
Rasputin.
yeah, Rasputin. And Fighters History.
What is Fighters History?
Yeah, you look at
Fighters History.
How have games changed? Let's see. Well, we've been talking a bit about this earlier. First, it hasn't changed much. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Like fighting games before, still very similar. But I guess by design, they added some stuff. Like it's more of twists to an existing formula. Like let's add the super meter. Let's add the super meter that goes up to 3.
Yeah.
Let's add the block meter. Let's add the focus attacks. Let's add I don't know what else.
Yeah, I think
Fatalities.
we were watching a video of how the Street Fighter, what do you call it? UI?
Yeah, the
visible.
life meter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in its first few releases it was at the bottom.
Yeah,
And then they moved it
to the
up.
top,
Yeah, to the
yeah.
top, and then they put the timer at the center.
In the
Yeah,
center.
that
Yeah,
slowly evolved like that.
And every game has been like that.
Yeah.
Ever since.
Yeah. They really did not deviate too much from the formula.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great that it's still consistent. Like I mean, you see a screenshot, and it's like it's a fighting game. You know it's a fighting game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Like bars, the
Yeah,
timer.
it's so easy to portray. You can draw
Yeah.
like, stick figures
It's-
on a piece of paper, and it would be a fighting game.
Yeah.
I think the first or a significant change that happened with fighting games was when they introduced 3D during the PlayStation era. That was I guess a fundamental change in how fighting games played, especially in some games where you can move in and out of the screen instead of just for left and right and jumping, and they introduced the 3D.
Yeah, you remember the arena fighters that you can fall off and lose?
Yeah, Virtua Fighter.
Virtua Fighter
was
started
like
that. Yeah. It's quite funny. I was thinking about it. Like, good thing that Tekken doesn't have that.
Yeah, you're right. Tekken doesn't have ring outs.
Yeah, ring outs. It's kind of bullshit.
Soul Calibur did.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's a ring
yeah,
out.
Yeah, ring out. And then there are like stages that were around the river, so you can fall into
Yeah,
the
you
river.
just fall into
And then
the
you'll die.
river.
And then you just use the river.
Yeah, and there were some levels where like you're high up in a mountain and they'd fall off, and presumably
Yeah.
they're dead. But then
Yeah.
round 2 starts and they're still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the guys over
I'm
at
still
the Twitch
alive.
chat are
Uh-huh.
talking about Mortal Kombat, and one of them mentioned the fatalities.
Yeah, fatalities.
Fatalities was a
Yeah.
really new thing in fighting games when Mortal Kombat came out. And I think that started the whole thing about video games being too violent.
Yeah, that's
Really?
right.
That movement,
The
that
ESRB.
guy. Yeah,
The
the
rating
ESRB.
system.
Yeah, because of Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
there was
Is it too violent?
because imagine like when you were 10 years old, we see like people getting decapitated. Or
Oh no, I never played Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, my dad did not get me the game just because of that. The
The
violence.
played it
the ultra violence.
secretly.
Yeah, somehow. I mean,
Secretly.
I was still able to buy it.
We find ways.
Yeah, my parents still bought
Yeah.
it for me because they don't know better. So so I was able to play Mortal Kombat on the Super NES, which was
No blood.
no blood, but because of EGM, you remember EGM?
Yes. Yeah, I remember now.
Because of
magazine.
EGM, I knew about the secret code.
The blood code.
that you can unlock. So now it's bloody and all the.
Wow.
violent shit is there.
Oh, so it's still there? You get to unlock the spine.
Yeah.
Oh
my god.
okay.
All thanks to EGM.
Thanks
Yeah,
to you.
I had to borrow Genesis.
For the
Just to see
you
the
know, I played
fatalities.
both because my cousin has the Genesis version. But for some reason, or no, the technically, it was better on the Super NES. I think the frame rates were better, the animations were better.
Yeah, I think it's just superior technology.
Yeah, it felt
it came out later.
Yeah, it felt very rigid on the Genesis. So I was glad. Fatalities, and then they carried it over to.
Yeah, and again, spawned a lot of imitators
Yeah.
like Primal Rage.
Primal Rage did it. Clay Fighter.
Clay
Is
Fighter.
this still Mortal Kombat?
Like
Yeah,
the
inspired-
games that came after
alright.
Mortal Kombat. Wait, there's one that I want to mention. Eternal Champions.
I never played
Yeah,
it.
it's a Sega game. Very violent. Like, look it up on YouTube.
Okay,
It even shocks me
really?
today.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I need to look it up.
Eternal
Crazy.
Champions.
Yeah, okay.
Eternal
Okay.
Champions.
Okay. Technology-wise, I guess before they had their like proprietary engines for the fighting games, but all the newer fighting games are. We were having this discussion, and all of them are now made with Unreal 4.
Street Fighter 5 runs on Unreal. Tekken
Tekken.
7.
Is Unreal a game engine?
Game
Yes.
engines.
Yeah.
Injustice 2 is also Unreal.
And Guilty Gear.
Oh yeah, the new
the
Guilty
new
Gear,
one,
XRD.
Xrd, yeah,
Xrd,
also
yeah.
runs on Unreal. Oh, it's crazy. So all the fighting games are
So
running on Unreal.
technology-wise, I don't know. It's like, have we stagnated? No, I don't want to say
No, I
stagnated.
don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's just a new standard.
yeah, new standard.
I like to think that cutting the engine development out of the equation lets them focus more on the content and the balancing.
yes. Well said, well said.
Yeah, and I think speaking of technology, games, especially like Street Fighter and Tekken, you still have an option to use the fight stick.
Yeah,
Similar to
you're right.
the arcade where
You're right.
its origins.
Multiple inputs.
Yeah.
Either you go with a pad, fight stick, or
Or
even
you do this.
or
What's
you-
that?
You play like this.
With the gamepad.
Yeah, you hold the gamepad.
Alright,
You hold the
right.
gamepad
So
like
it's
this,
the-
but your right hand is like this.
Alright.
I see people playing like
the
this. I don't
Tekken,
know-
the Tekken
yeah,
grip.
Yeah.
I
Does it-
refuse to play that way. I'm
Does
sorry.
it work for you? Does it work for you?
No.
I don't know. I don't know how to
This
play
like
like that.
this.
I've seen people play
So
like
it's
that.
like arcade style.
Yeah, I
In
guess.
a way.
Only
in a
in
way.
a-
In
In
a
a
way.
way, sure,
Yeah.
sure. If if you wanna do it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, and it's nice that I don't know how they do it, but like some fighting games allow the PS. If you're playing on a PS4, they still allow the PS3 input, the PS3 controller.
Yes, I think so. Yeah,
and I've seen a video like some pro player is still using the PS1.
Yeah,
And
the
he-
gray controller.
Yeah, and he modified it in such a way that it can still be used on the PS4. So.
How?
Very,
I don't know,
particular with
yeah,
their equipment.
I guess I mean that's exactly the reason why some people prefer the stick over the pad.
Yeah, mostly the people I guess who grew up playing in the arcade.
Yeah, would like the stick. I personally like the pad because I can never do the motions on the stick.
Yeah. No problem there.
Yeah, so it's nice. But yeah, that's a good point. Catering to all the multiple or the input style or the controller styles that you want.
Yeah.
Business model. Okay, this
What does
this,
that even mean?
business model. How fighting games are monetizing now.
Yeah,
Ah,
considering
right,
with
right.
fighting games were and some still are primarily arcade games.
Yeah.
Yes.
You would go out and go to an arcade
right.
and
Yeah,
play, and that has changed.
yeah.
That has changed over the years.
It's kind of interesting how fighting games now. Well, Street Fighter 5 is taking like they're borrowing a lot of mobile monetization techniques for fighting games, like the premium currency.
yeah, they're selling costumes,
selling
right.
costumes,
levels,
the
different
stages.
stages.
Yeah, Injustice has like multiple currencies.
And loot boxes.
And loot boxes. So it's quite funny, but but it's done well in a way that they adapted a lot of mobile techniques or like strategies and adapted it over to their game.
Yeah, simply because the trend has changed. The arcades are not as popular as they used to be.
Yeah.
Now home consoles are capable
Yeah.
of delivering the same experience that we used to get.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
like I don't think there has been an arcade perfect port of Street Fighter 2 until many years later. Yeah. And now everything can be played at home.
Yeah.
That's true.
So they have to change.
So Dio Brando brings up a good point on Twitch. We're going back to the controls.
Okay.
Yes.
Street Fighter 2 was designed for a 2-button input. Do you believe that?
What does that even mean?
Was
Because
it?
it's
No,
for-
that's
for-
first Street Fighter.
First,
right?
oh, maybe the first
Street Fighter.
Yeah, two.
The-
Now
the,
there's 6.
The pressure
Yeah.
sensitive thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You
Yeah,
have to
the
pound
pressure
the
sensitive.
button to do the fierce punch. and
Yeah.
Press it like
I'm
before
glad
the-
they spread it out to all 6 buttons.
Wow. It's crazy.
In Hammer Tank, discussing about the business model, fighting games are taking the DLC path, like MK
right.
and Justice.
everything
that's
is-
it. That's right.
Yeah,
Everything
the
comes
game is
in
for each month.
downloadable content.
Yeah, they're selling characters. as
Okay,
DLC.
and he hopes that he doesn't see this in other fighting games. I have to stop you there. As being a game developer ourselves, you must understand that they want to extend the life of the game. They're not here to keep making a fighting game every year. Hence, they create DLC characters for you to play. It's totally optional. I don't think it adds. It doesn't give you an advantage or disadvantage.
It's true. Just as an example, I think yesterday I shared a tweet of the Mega Man Twitter account, and they posted a GIF, and they're saying that it's like hinting at something like an update or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, going back to business model, games nowadays, not just fighting games, they tend to be like games as a service now. They give you the platform and then they keep adding content in the future.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything. I don't believe that's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, it's not just a matter of releasing an incomplete game so that they could sell you the remaining pieces later on. I like to think that they have a finite amount of time and resources to make this much content. And they are, like what James said, extending the game over months or even years.
Yeah.
And this is a good thing, especially for Street Fighter 5, if they stick to the original plan. Since we won't get any more different versions, like you have your Champion Edition, and your Hyper Fighting, and your Super Street
What's the
Fighter.
difference between
It's just
those?
more characters and different changes
Yeah,
in the gameplay.
balance tweaks, more characters, and now we can just have one game.
Yeah.
And anyone can play against each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
And if you don't own like a certain piece of DLC, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can still play against
You
someone
can still-
else.
yeah. So, we have to change that mindset that these characters, they're in it for the money. Of course, it's a business. They're in it for the money. But you have to understand this is added content.
Yeah,
It
development
is
is much more expensive
expensive,
today
yeah,
than
and
it was
then-
in the past.
Making a character doesn't mean that, okay, here's a character. They have to think about the balance, how it's going to perform with all the characters that are out now.
Yeah, they have to test that.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I think it's okay. I fully support the movement.
The DLC.
The DLC.
The DLC movement.
I definitely, what I do right now is if I like the game enough, well I'll try the game. I'll buy the base game, and then if I like it enough, I'll buy the season pass. So I get all the characters and all the content. So you're not really forced on buying like the characters right away because the game is gonna be non-functional anymore.
Yeah, I think it's again another balancing act. Like you could go too far, being like too obvious that you want to monetize through DLC, and this is all speculative because I've been looking at the discussion surrounding Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Infinite and how they have very few fan favorite characters in the original or in the base roster, and everyone's guessing that they're gonna be selling all the interesting characters as DLC. And okay, even as a game developer, even like with someone in this business, I'm also a gamer,
Yes.
and it doesn't feel perfectly fine to me that we're holding Venom back because everyone's gonna buy this guy. Okay, so
Yeah,
I get how
okay,
people feel
okay.
about that.
You're right.
Also, no mutants. Can
That's
you
okay.
believe
I'm not
that?
a fan of
No
mutants.
Wolverine, no Cyclops, no
okay.
Magneto, no
It's okay.
Sentinel.
Which game is that?
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the new one.
The
that's
newest
coming out
one,
later
yeah.
this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's okay. I don't like the mutants.
Oh, okay.
Another topic for another day.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
So yeah, we've discussed the design, the technology, and the business model. Anything you want to add on the business model side?
Not much except they should start getting rid of the cheap bosses.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
Okay,
cheap
wait.
bosses?
Are there any cheap bosses in the?
No, okay. I guess. Well, we have to see when we play Tekken.
Okay.
They took him out of Street Fighter 5, but
Right.
cheap bosses used to be a thing in fighting games.
Yeah.
Like you would play through the arcade mode, you'd get to the final boss who was usually not playable as a character.
Yeah.
And they would be super cheap. Like they would be super hard to beat. They have all the really good moves. They can take you out in 3 hits or something like that.
Yeah, you're
And you had to play perfectly to beat them
Yeah.
because they wanted you to keep inserting tokens into the machine. So you had keep losing and keep playing. And that really isn't a thing anymore since you buy the game. And
you don't need
it's
to.
yours.
You're
And like
true.
selling DLC for you to be able to beat the final boss is going a bit too far, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it is.
So yeah, a relic of the past.
Yeah,
I would say.
Hammer Tank said MK9 was the hardest boss ever. Shao Kahn.
Oh
MK9?
really?
Mortal Kombat 9.
Oh, I never finished
sorry,
Mortal
okay.
Kombat.
9. Shao Kahn.
Yeah, Shao Kahn.
Mortal Kombat 9 came out on PS3.
3, I think. Yes.
I don't
PS3.
I didn't follow.
You have it on Vita.
Oh,
Right.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Shao Kahn, I hate him. And I
Really?
hate that guy that Street Fighter 3. The guy with the red and blue.
Gil?
Gil,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, super cheap.
Yeah, super
Gil?
cheap.
Super cheap.
That's his name, Gil. And
Gill.
you beat him once, 2 rounds, and then he gets.
There's a round where he heals himself.
Yeah. Bullshit.
So you have to beat him effectively 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
Joseph Ian Jorge on Facebook is saying KOF. What's this? It's just so underrated.
KOF 13. It's
Is
just
that the
so
newest?
Oh my god.
No, that is the 2D one.
Oh, okay.
I've
okay.
never played it. I want to. I never got around to it. It looks so interesting
Yeah.
because the art is so good. And I've always liked KOF, although I stopped playing at I think 2000.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I liked 98. KOF 98.
So they went by the years and now they're going by the number.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we were talking about competitive fighting game, the FGC. So, what influence did esports in fighting games
Esports.
have in the fighting game genre? Was it a positive influence, a negative influence? Because one of the the video we saw a few days ago about the skill gap on Street Fighter 5 was it's because they want more people to play Street Fighter 5 as an esport, and that's why they made it more accessible. Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
all.
that's why they're spending all that money
Yeah.
in organizing events
Yeah.
for Street Fighter.
'Cause it's
competitions.
big money. Dota
Although
2.
a lot of it is player funded.
Yeah. it is.
exactly. Dota 2 is like
Dota 2.
one of the most successful esport thing to happen.
Yeah, it is.
League of Legends is
Yes.
getting there.
Yes.
Clash of Clans is like
Yeah,
an
Clash
esports.
Royale.
Clash Royale is an
Yeah.
esports. in
It
itself.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Surprisingly.
So everybody wants that esports money, and fighting games naturally has to be an esports. It's fun to watch, and yeah, it's really
And it requires real skill.
real skill. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of that, the influence of that money. So yeah, do you think it's a bad thing, a good thing?
Well, I think first of all, they really have to watch the balancing in fighting games, just to keep it, a fair fight. It's not just a matter of the designer or the developer changing things on a whim, because there's so much more at stake than just fans getting mad. There's money.
Yeah,
on
there's
the
money
line.
on yeah.
So they have to take their balancing very seriously. And what else? How has esports influenced fighting games?
I like that it's now being the presentation wise. Tekken 7 especially. I'm sure they like the new slow mos. that they've done at the end of the
that's cool.
round.
That's cool.
yeah.
I like that.
That's for me. I feel that's like purely for from an esports angle. They wanted to make it look interesting.
Yeah, so add some drama.
Some drama, which is cool. I like it. I
Yeah,
like
very
it.
nice.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see any. My opinion is I don't see anything negative that's influencing the fighting game genre
Same.
because of esports. I think it actually helps it as a genre.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. An interesting thing about fighting games, again, going back to how little it has changed over the years, is that it has always been conducive to competition.
Yeah,
Organized competition.
organized competition. Yeah.
I read the book by David Serlin, Playing to Win, and he puts up an interesting point that the game only knows winning or losing, and it's very clear. Like when the game pronounces someone as the winner, there's no dispute, there are no arguments. Clearly, this guy won because they played better in some way. And it's very pure. It's very what is the word I'm trying to
Unadulterated.
Yes, I guess unadulterated.
Like that.
Yeah, and I like that about it, and they've never changed that.
Yeah.
which is
You're right.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that appeal to
I'm
me.
just not disappointed, but it's quite what's the word I mean? But yeah, I mean, the MOBA genre for esports has grown faster than fighting games.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, but I think we're seeing a catch up.
Yeah, I hope, because I don't get
MOBAs.
the MOBAs.
Sorry,
I personally don't play them.
Yeah.
I guess because it just exploded during a time when I wasn't really into online gaming.
Yeah.
I missed the boat, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now it's too late.
It's
Is it?
I just
No.
play Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah. Sure, the casual MOBA.
Yeah.
I like it too. So there's no problem with that.
So at some point when I wasn't looking, this thing exploded,
Yeah.
and everyone is playing it, and everyone loves it.
But yeah, I mean, fighting games as an esport is like, I think it was really meant for us to be an esport way back then. I mean, like the first Evo, when it's like played in like a small hall and some.
Yeah, everyone likes to watch
Yeah,
fighting games. Even as children, you
Yeah.
would
It's
gather
interesting.
around and pass
Yeah.
the controller around and watch. what was
It's a
going
good
on.
it's a good spectator sport.
Yeah,
also.
and there would
It is.
always be
Yeah.
the dude who beats
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
There was always someone in your group who could beat
Yeah, who could beat
everyone
everybody.
else.
Yeah, you're right.
Always fun.
Yeah, I think here that's you.
No,
Or-
that's
Wow.
not me.
Or James.
Needs to be seen. Excuse me,
in
but
Tekken, it's gonna be someone else.
yeah, maybe Abby.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
Abby.
Abby.
But yeah, fighting games is like from the ground up. It's made for an esport. So it's sad that the MOBAs took over, but I think we're seeing especially with Street Fighter, they're pouring more money into the esports scene with the current previously with the E-League with super high production values,
Yes.
professional commentators,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's getting there hopefully, and we'll see some more esports events around fighting games. I think we have one in the Philippines that's happening tomorrow.
Do we?
I think the Rev.
there is.
There is.
Ah,
Rev
yes.
something. Where they're playing Street Fighter 5, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, and Super Smash. We never mentioned Super Smash in this episode yet.
Yeah, because we never really played it seriously.
I couldn't
We
play it for
fun.
Yeah, for fun.
Yeah,
but
we never did the thing where we turn off all the items and play on Final Destination. And
yeah,
go
it's,
at it one on
sorry,
one. No,
it's
never.
not my jam.
Yeah, I just like PK Thunder.
yeah, spamming PK then. Okay, time to theorycraft. As game devs, what are the challenges of making a fighting game? We've always dreamed of making a
Yeah,
fighting
we
game.
wanted to make a fighting game, and we respect all of those
Yeah.
devs out there who are working on
Yes.
fighting
Yeah.
games right
You
now.
guys are amazing.
Yeah,
super
because
hard.
I think it's a very daunting prospect to start working on a fighting game. First, you have to think about the balance, and before
Yeah.
that, you have to think about the system.
The system,
And,
yeah.
how
Right.
it's going to. One of the big appeals of fighting games today, Street Fighter, Tekken, what have you, is like the rock paper
Paper,
scissors.
scissors. Yeah, you're right.
You know, you do something, and if the opponent guesses correctly, they have a counter to that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's no move that wins over everything else, and it's a hard thing to
Yeah,
balance.
that's
And then you start getting into the characters,
Mm.
and you have to marry that balance with the personality and the fighting style, and the design of the character. How is it going to work?
Yeah.
How do they attack? Like in the weirder games, like I think it's either Guilty Gear or that other one they BlazBlue.
Yeah.
Like no, it's Skullgirls where you have your
Skullgirls,
character that attacks with the hair.
Yeah.
Attacks with her
Yeah.
hair. You know, really weird stuff like that. You have to think about all those things. How do I express a character in her moves, her powers, her appearance, her animation, and also keep the balance intact.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the budget. How long it's gonna take.
It is
Yeah.
going to take a very long time. You need
all
good artists,
the
good
artists,
animators.
Yeah.
Alright, because
Yeah.
of the frames and the movements.
Yes.
Yes.
Counting the
Also,
frame data.
you have to design it so it's easy to balance.
Yeah.
Like you can't
you're
just hard code everything.
You're
That,
right.
oh, this thing has 7 startup frames and 4 active frames. When you're doing the balance, you should be able to change that constantly.
You're right. You're right.
So you need to build a
Wow.
system for that.
You need
as well.
like proprietary system.
yeah, probably.
to be able to like your designers be able to play with the numbers on the fly without having to bother the developer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Wow, such a daunting
That's
task.
a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then you have your backgrounds.
your background.
Your incidental animations just to keep it interesting. And now you need to come up with a story to keep
Wow,
your
sounds
players.
a lot of hard work.
Yeah, so
I want to
hard
make a
work.
fighting game, but now I don't want it anymore. But in a marketing perspective, how we were also talking about this. How I mean, you build a game, but okay, how do you get people interested? Because the other older fighting games are already established. Their brands have been established.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so hard to break into fighting games, especially. Everyone knows Ryu and
Scorpion,
or the Tekken
guys.
Heihachi.
Tekken guys. Yes.
Even Skullgirls, which is, in my opinion, a pretty good game.
But they had a hard time.
Yeah, it
breaking
didn't
into
really
market.
break into the market well because you're up against these big boys.
Yeah. Oh, and Hammer Tank mentioned dive kick.
Dive
Dive kick.
dive kick.
Speaking
Speaking of pure expression.
The purest of pure.
Yeah,
Dive kick.
Yeah,
It's
very
we'll show you a video later, but it's
Yeah.
two dudes jumping around and trying to dive kick each other.
Yeah, so there's no control stick. You just have two buttons.
Two buttons.
One button jumps and the other button kicks.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then depending on the character, some the angles are like steeper or some floaty.
Yeah.
So it depends on you.
And it's always one hit to win. So
One
the
hit
moment
to
you
win,
kick
yeah.
the other
Really?
guy, you win.
Yeah.
Wow.
The purest fighting games.
Yeah, that's simpler than any other fighting game out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, dive kick came out, but it struggled still.
They played it on Evo,
Evo, yeah.
1 year, I think 2015.
Yeah.
And it disappeared.
It's struggle. Yeah, the struggle is there. I mean, to be realistic, it's really hard to come out with a good fight. I mean, it's hard to market your fighting game now. There was also one of the fighting game with the robots that's supposed to be simple also. Shit, I forget.
Something Thunder.
Yeah,
Rising Thunder.
Anybody? Yeah, maybe it's Rising
Yeah,
Thunder.
something like
Maybe
that, yeah.
somebody in the chat could correct us. But it's like these two robots fighting each other.
With very simple inputs.
Simple inputs. It's almost like Smash.
Yeah, like Smash.
But in the more traditional fighting game mechanic. And yeah, it had a hard time. I don't see much people talking about the game.
Yeah, I guess the characters aren't that interesting.
Maybe it's just
to
because
begin
they're all
with.
robots. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
all
right.
robots.
And what about dive kick? Characters in dive
Dive
kick?
kick, pretty interesting.
Dive kick, I think, is a fun system, but it kind of looks like a joke game.
Yeah, it's like a parody of the fighting.
Yeah,
game.
because they designed the characters
Yeah.
to be funny.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I can imagine it now.
But yeah, it's super hard for like you fighting. But like the one of the newer ones are like Injustice. But just because they're using DC characters.
Yeah, and coincidentally, the movie's coming out.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
What
Not
else?
really coincidental.
But how about like the anime fighters, like Guilty Gear and
Guilty Gear.
they were able to kind of carve out
Yeah,
their
that's
own name.
right. Well, Guilty Gear, I really first noticed Guilty Gear because of the art.
Yeah.
No one was doing art that was that good
Yeah.
for fighting games at the time.
Is-
And I think they capitalized on that. Even today, they're working very hard on the graphics
Yeah.
technology to stand out.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It looks hand drawn,
And
but it's not really.
like legitimately anime.
Yeah, super.
Very few games that can pull that off. They also did Persona.
Yeah.
It's also,
really?
yeah, legitimately anime. I wish they'd make a new one.
And Hammer Tank says ARMS for Switch. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to judge it. But
Well, I've never played it, so I don't have a real
yeah,
opinion.
same
on it.
here. But from the videos I've seen it,
Arms.
I couldn't call it like a really traditional fighting game. It kind of is, but I don't know. It's like super simplified, almost like dive kick. That you have to time your punches and
Yeah. I guess I would boil it down to luck versus skill.
Mm.
Like if you can consistently win because you're better at the game, you can make a competition out of it.
I guess.
But if it's just luck, like you're flailing around and somehow
Yeah,
you're winning, not so much.
Yeah.
But I haven't played it yet, so really I can't say.
Cool. But yeah, it's super hard to get into the genre. That's why I guess the pie chart says 5%. Because there are not much fighting games. It's hard to break into, not like the other genres.
Yeah, and,
RPG,
even
shooters.
formerly well-established IPs are disappearing, like rival schools.
Yeah.
Talked about
What's
that
an
because, intellectual property, the brands.
Ah,
The brands.
alright.
The brands.
Rival Schools is gone probably because it's not financially viable anymore to
Yeah.
make a new one. Darkstalkers is gone.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
not
because
making
then
any
no new
Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Star Wars fighting game?
Yeah, Masters of
There's one?
There was
Uh,
one, yeah.
Terra's
So it's
Castle.
gone
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's gone too.
They only made one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
I don't know if it's any good. I've never.
I
seen
tried.
it.
I tried it a bit. It's like Soul Calibur actually.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you have lightsabers.
Lightsabers.
Can
Yeah.
you cut off the limbs?
No.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
That's very un-Star Wars.
very
Mm.
much. But yeah, it's super hard now to get into the fighting game genre. I mean, that's why even us as game devs, we're like, you spend so much for the game, production wise, but when time comes, when you launch the game, it's like there's a big chance that nobody's gonna play it.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna go up against these established games, yeah, it's
gonna
one of
be a
those examples where
difficult
you go
battle.
big or go home.
Yeah, go big or go home. That's right.
There's no point in making something that is obviously not as good as what's already out there, and
Right.
the quality, the bar for quality has already been set so
Yeah,
high.
so high.
So high.
Exactly. Even Gundam had a fighting game. Hammer Tank says.
I
Yeah.
played the Gundam Wing one.
I never played it.
there was
Yeah,
a
I
fighting
think
game.
our viewer on Facebook, Joseph Ian Hor, is saying Gundam versus Gundam next is his personal favorite.
Oh, really? I don't
Yes.
think I know that one, but
Same
yeah,
here.
I've seen Gundam games.
Power Rangers had a fighting game.
Yes!
Did it?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saw it
yeah.
on Super Couch
Yes, Super Couch Fighters.
Super Couch
I hope
Fighters.
you're watching.
Yeah. The different Zords. We didn't even know.
yeah, I
which
didn't.
one was
Yeah,
which.
yeah. It was like crazy.
The Ninja Zord or whatever that
So
was.
yeah, so in conclusion,
Mm-hmm.
making a fighting game is like off the table for us.
With a team this small, with a budget that we have right
Yeah.
now, I don't think it's a viable option.
So it's just a dream project. Whenever we made it,
Unless we can find a way to boil down the formula to something within our scope, our production scope.
okay.
But anything bigger than that, nah. I don't think so.
Sure, fair enough.
Hmm.
And lastly, before we end the show, let's predict the future of fighting games. What do you think will be the major change to fighting games in the future?
How about VR?
I was gonna say VR. You know what? I've always wanted, because I do boxing also in real life.
Okay.
I always wanted to simulate like a real fight in video games because I don't want to get hurt. I've tried sparring.
Yeah.
I tried sparring. It's not fun. because I get hurt. But I want to do it also because there's a lot of mind games involved, and of course your skill and your physical fitness, and I've always pictured VR being like that medium to be able to have a proper boxing game, and I hope like there's some sort of way that could be translated into a game.
Yeah, if VR ever catches on, and it'll probably be a few years at best.
Yeah.
From now, we might see something like that. They'd have to put like a ton of disclaimers on the game, but
Yeah.
because even now I see people playing that bow and arrow game on Vive.
Yeah.
And they're hitting people around them, like they're waving their arms around.
It's like physically hitting people.
Because you're trying to see all of the opponents. And they hit someone.
This is very deja vu. This happened already with the Wii.
You're
When
right.
the Wii came out, people threw their controllers into the TV.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, and getting people hitting each other.
That's right.
It's
that's
just
right.
the Wii all
It's
over.
the consequence of moving your arms around.
Motion controls.
Motion controls. And now you're punching. You're actually punching. And who knows what's going to be.
Yeah, you're right. You may punch the TV
Yeah.
or something. Shit.
Very scary.
But VR for fighting. Tekken 7 tried to like have that VR mode.
Okay, so
But
you're
it's
like
very
some omniscient
presence
presence peeping into.
it's very shoe-in.
Yeah.
It's like you wear the VR and then you get to watch the fights in 3D. That's it. Not really it's just a gimmick at this point.
Would you play an AR fighting game though?
Sure.
How does that even work?
Sure.
You'd see them standing on the
right.
table punching each other.
I've seen on Facebook someone's trying to do that.
Really?
Yeah, I forget the name. One of the Facebook groups I'm part of, and these indie game devs are like making an AR thing for fighting games. Yeah,
That's interesting.
that's pretty
I'd like to
interesting.
see that. Yeah. That would be a nice way for everyone to watch the fight.
Yeah, with all angles.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
And Hammer Tank said, "I hope you guys achieve making the games you want." Yes.
Oh, thank you.
you.
Yes.
Yes,
thank
we
you
hope
so
in the
much.
future. But future fighting games, AR, VR, maybe motion controls. I'm not very optimistic about that.
Yeah, because we were optimistic back then about like sword fighting.
Sword
and motion
fighting,
controls.
yeah.
Never really panned out.
Yeah, Wii boxing. I've tried it. Not my thing. What else? It always goes back to the traditional style of either controller and then either 2D or 3D and then life bars and that's it. Just fight.
Well, with the current direction that fighting games are headed in now, I think you'll see a lot more focus on esports, of course.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. Maybe games that are friendlier to stream.
Okay.
Or more fun to watch. More options for spectators, maybe.
Yeah, because a lot of people are
Thinking
doing
about
that.
Yeah. But, we've mentioned this several times now. Fighting games have not changed much in 30 years. And I don't see fighting games, the fundamental idea of fighting games changing much. Yeah, unless this is the next big thing. Like 3D was a big thing for fighting games. And then maybe VR or AR is going to be the next big thing.
And then somehow they'll be able to distill whatever works. They're gonna just keep it and then
or maybe you wear a vest that shocks you.
There is that. There's the force feedback vest that when you're getting shot, you get.
This is the future.
Yes, that's the future.
Yeah.
But I would play that. I mean,
just to try.
Well,
theme-wise, I would like to see a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Fighting
tournament
game.
fighters.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can just use any of the four.
And Shredder and
Casey Jones,
April
O'Neil,
and in some games April O'Neil, and Metalhead, or is it Chrome Dome?
Chrome Dome.
Krang. See, I want that game.
So let's just make. If theme-wise, someone out there should make like an 80s cartoons fighting game.
So you have Snake Eyes,
Storm Shadow, maybe Duke.
Oh no, here we go again.
You have He-Man,
No.
Gem and the Holograms.
The
Misfits.
the Misfits.
Maybe Archie.
Is Archie an 80s prop? I don't.
It's very timely. Archie's very timely.
Archie Andrews?
Archie Andrews, yeah.
Okay.
I've always pictured Archie as a 60s character.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all well said.
The 80s fighting game.
Yeah.
Visionaries.
No, I hate Visionaries. No, thank you.
Okay.
But maybe Centurions. So Hammer Tank said there's a fighting game that hasn't been released yet, and it's a game where you can make your characters and pick your own moves. I think that's
That's cool.
we've seen that the martial arts game.
Have we?
I think.
That's the title.
No. It's not a fighting
He says
game.
it's not released yet.
Not released yet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Customize your fighter. I think they tried to do that in some fighting games. In Def Jam. We've never discussed Def Jam.
Def Jam. Yeah, we played
Def
Def Jam. Where you get to beat up Omar Epps.
Yes.
Wow. And Ice-T.
And you get to create your own character. And
The
pick your
final boss
special
is
moves.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Yeah, you get to create your own character.
Yeah, they should do that some more. But I don't know how hard it is to balance nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be meant for a competitive or an esports kind of thing. But yeah, I think the future fighting games, more esports friendly, like you said, more spectator friendly, and I guess if they can find a way to make it more accessible, they will. But I think the current level of accessibility is just right.
Yeah, accessible with a high enough skill ceiling.
Yeah.
So that not everyone can be a pro gamer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
I like it how it is right now. In terms of skill wise, I don't know. Yeah, maybe just work on the presentation. Copy more of Injustice 2. Customization. And Tekken 7's doing it. So story mode, really deep story mode, really engaging
Really
story.
deep?
Yeah, I mean the story is super good. I like it.
Okay.
Compared to the first Injustice 2 is like legitimately a good story mode or a story game.
Yeah.
And it gets better, I think, if you read the comics.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't tried reading the comics.
Because they mentioned some things that
happened in the comics.
I guess happened in like
Yeah,
some
probably,
characters
yeah.
died and but yeah, I think that's the future. More, I think it's gonna be the fighting game genre and consoles at least will have to like give you an option if you're a single player guy or a competitive guy. Those two options will be always available. I think that's how it is going to be. Production wise, that's going to be
Okay.
the future. New inputs, we'll see. AR, VR, motion.
Yeah, I
control,
think
we'll
that's
see.
the next frontier
Yeah,
to explore.
It's
As far as buttons go, we're there.
yeah. Can you imagine a fighting game based on Disney characters? Sure, we've always talked about it.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, that's
Donald
cool.
Duck.
And you
Yeah.
can even pick villains.
Yeah,
characters.
Okay, like Ursula.
Yeah, imagine.
So it's Kingdom Hearts but fighting games.
Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah.
the fighting
See,
game.
yeah. Disney.
Yeah, I'll play that.
Yeah.
Jafar.
Sure, Jafar.
Yeah,
I want to be
Jafar.
Genie.
Yeah, Genie versus Jafar.
Jafar. And then tag
So-
out for Aladdin.
Yeah,
So can you-
post like that?
Yeah.
Can you make it like Beauty versus the Beast?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Or they can be one character. Beauty
Yeah,
and the
Beauty
Beast.
and the Beast.
Versus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Versus
Beauty and the Beast.
Cogsworth and the fucking candle.
Yeah, they could be
Luminaire.
Cogsworth,
Yeah.
Mrs. Potts,
Mrs. Potts.
and the fucking candle.
Wow.
Fucking candle.
What's
Luminaire.
his
Luminaire.
I forget.
name?
Yeah,
How
sorry.
will Nemo fight? How does Aquaman fight?
Oh.
He doesn't. Aquaman is cool.
Well, he's legit, man. He
He's
does that with
cool.
your
Yeah,
trident.
yeah, trident.
Trident of Neptune. But yeah, I guess that's the show, guys. It's already 1:30,
Yeah.
and we've discussed a lot.
Yeah, Tekken has been out for
And
an hour and
Tekken's
a
out,
half.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it's time for us
Need
to
to
eat.
get it now.
Yeah, we're gonna play Tekken 7 in a while. Maybe we're gonna stream. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, and thank you very much to those who appreciate our new setup.
yes,
That's
Oh, really?
Bernice Chua and
That's my
Kyle
wife.
Scolit. Yeah.
we're just gonna say
And Kyle Scolit, my sister-in-law.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
you.
guys. Do watch out for updates for our game, Mighty Alpha Droid. Here.
yeah. Follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Well, I guess some people here on Facebook.
Yeah, and wait for the Mighty Alpha Droid iOS release sometime.
Soon.
Yeah, it's
Soon.
happening. We're working on it.
Yeah.
This month, hopefully. If not, next month. If not, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week for another Real Talk episode.
Yes.
So do watch out for that. So while you're waiting for our Real Talk episode next week, you can play Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Or buy Tekken 7.
By Tekken 7.
So,
if you're not already...
Hammer
in line.
Tank already followed us on Twitter, and he will make sure that he will.
Wow!
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
We
much.
appreciate it. And that's it.
I guess that's it. And see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
Have a good week.